we're going to work with loose leash, heel beside me kind of training. And ask, receive, and celebrate. Our ask is not verbally asking, but my goal is for the dog to be right by the seam of my pant, okay? I do have my leash on my puppy, and I'm not, because I'm in a very safe place, I want the dog getting used to having the leash on, but I don't want to make a mistake maybe by just steering the dog around. I want to start to get my puppy used to following my hand, okay, where she just kind of, I just did that little bit of circle there to kind of put her into side position here. Pop, 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 pop. Good girl. Yes. Good girl. What a good dog. So I'm going to use a food lure for the first few times, and I'm just going to take one step. And there you go. Yes. And she gets it. So I'm not going to try and walk down the street. I'm going to do this in a very low distracting situation. Make sure my puppy is hungry because I'm using the food. If your dog isn't food motivated, then you might use a squeaky toy or something like that. It doesn't always have to be food. So I'm going to take one step. Yes, she's right with me, and I give her the treat. I'm going to step back and try it again. Get her back into position. And I don't have to worry about the sit just right now. I'm just working on having her walk with me. And I'm going to try and take two steps. Pop up. Yes. As soon as she comes up to me, she's going to get that. Good girl. She's out of position because the dog's always going to kind of want to sit in the front because that's what she's learned. So I'm just moving her by stepping back and luring the puppy. See how now I'm going forward again. I'm going to walk. Yes. Okay. And they've got really sharp, needle little teeth. Pop, 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 pop. So if they get a little grabby, you can just kind of close your fist, wait for them to back off of it a little bit. And as soon as she backs off, yes, then I'm going to open up my hand and give it to her. But I'm not going to, again, I'm kind of working a couple things here because I want to get rid of, I want to have my fingers left on my, here, and I want to get her out of the habit of grabbing for that treat. Boop, boop. Again, see how I can kind of toss a treat to get her up. Let's go. Good, yes. There we go. We got 3 or 4 steps there. Good girl, yay! What a good girl. Oh, what a good girl. Yeah, yeah. And you want to break it up because a little puppy, you can't work them too long. You need to have several small training sessions. So let's do one more time. And now I'm going to scent my fingers because we've done at least 5 with treats. So I'm going to scent my finger. I'm going to walk with her. Yes. Good girl. I ask, receive, and now I celebrated. What a good girl. Yay. Again, I verbally didn't have to say anything. I don't have my cue on board yet. I'm just getting my puppy to follow this hand and come up, touch it. Yeah, good girl. Good dog. And wanting to be, getting that muscle memory to be beside me in heel position, okay? If you have a very tiny little dog and you may be leaning over like that, can be a bother. Sometimes you want to just get a long wooden spoon and use something that you can smear on it, like peanut butter. And just take a nice thin layer of peanut butter and use that as a target for the dog to give the dog, you touch that and it kind of lures them along. And eventually you can start to wean them off of that. But in the beginning, the dog needs to have a little bit of muscle memory to be on this side. Their natural inclination is to just kind of sniff and weave back and forth. So we're trying to teach them a different way of walking alongside us, especially with their leash on. Let's go, let's go. Good puppy, puppy, puppy. Now when I'm ready to hold my leash, okay, one of the big things, and sometimes I want to start by dropping the leash in a safe place, so using it in a fenced-in backyard. If it's bad weather, you can still train, Put your leash on in the house, same thing. You want to act as if, okay? Loop on my thumb. If I have a 6 foot, I have a knot right there. I'm just going to hold that. I'm going to place that right over my thumb. And now I'm going to, again, target my hands to be right around my hip waist area. Nice and relaxed. What a good girl. I have to praise her for that. That was wonderful. Look at how nice she was doing that. Being a really good girl, huh? Nice and calm. Leash isn't going to be moving a lot because then she's going to want to play with it. So you want to keep it right around your belly button waist area. Again, get her used to, I'm going to scent my finger. Let's go. Pop, 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 pop. Let's go. Pop, pop. Let's go. Yay! Yes. Good dog. What a good dog. Now she's flipping over in front of me. So I don't want that to be a habit. So I'm going to give her a reward. See how I step back and kind of lure her back into heel position. Because she's so used to, the first thing we teach our puppy is to sit in front of us and look. So she thinks when she gets her treat that she should come back in front. Okay? Not a bad thing. I just want to change it a little bit. Good girl. What a good girl. You ready? Let's do it again. Let's do it again. What a good girl. Try and keep in my voice excited about this, but did you find some I dropped? Huh? Let's go. Pop, pop. Yes, good girl. That was wonderful. Good girl. Good, good. Again, you notice my hand isn't giving her any extra. It's trying to stay very solid, very consistent length. So that's why I like to mark my leash a little bit where I'm going to get in the habit of holding it. What a good girl. That was wonderful. And again, I'm going to turn and I'm going to get this puppy. Up, up, let's go. Up. Okay. Yay! What a good girl. Yes, good girl. That was wonderful. Ask, receive, and celebrate. Yay! Yay! Yippee! What a good girl. Yeah, good girl. That was wonderful. And I might bring with me a little squeaky toy, hide it under my jacket, and bring that out and maybe do a little toss game after she's done a little healing work with me. What a good girl. Short sessions. If I'm training for 3 minutes, I might want to play for 3 more minutes. Okay? So really say the dog, she's earning my playtime with me, and it's kind of like an extra reward. Along with the food reward, we have another celebration with the play. Okay? So it's really almost like a double jackpot there. What a good girl. You're awesome. What a good girl. And I can pet her with my voice, not with my hands. Because if I start touching her, you notice when I started to play with her and touched her, she got all excited and started to want to do some mouthing. So if I kind of keep my hands off of her, if she's really mouthy and playful like that, maybe I might not want to do that, but I'm just going to pet her and get her excited with my voice. What a good girl. And use the tossing of the toy, okay, for the celebration. Good job.